Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. Let's talk about players always joining LeBron, taking pay cuts to help LeBron build his legacy and win rings championships. The reason why I respect Carmelo Anthony so much is because of what he tried to do in New York on his own. If Melo had went to Miami with LeBron James and D Wade and formed a super team, if you thought Chris Bosh and LeBron and D Wade was a super team, imagine Carmelo replacing Chris Bosh. So if Melo had went to Miami, formed that super team, I wouldn't have looked at him the same. Truthfully, I wouldn't have liked him the same, and I wouldn't have respected him the same, or his game for that matter. So I'm happy that Carmelo didn't go to Miami. In the same sense, have people ever really thought about it? What if Melo just didn't really want to go play with LeBron and Wade because he didn't want to sacrifice him being the main guy? Not because he's selfish, but he wanted to do it like Dame Dollar on his own, basically. What if that was the case? He wanted to win a championship as the main guy, as the man. Because let's be honest, if Melo went to Miami, we all know D Wade was a champion, had a finals MVP. LeBron James is supposedly the best player in the world. So if Carmelo went to Miami with LeBron and D Wade, he would have been the third fiddle. And that's just a fact. His legacy would have taken a hit to me. Yes, he would have won rings and he would have been great. Carmelo is a champion, but to me, his legacy would have taken a hit because now he would have won a championship and he ain't the main guy. He's not even the number two guy. Imagine how that would look for Carmelo's legacy if he won a ring on Miami with LeBron and D Wade and he's the third fiddle like Chris Bosh. Even though we know Melo is a better player than Chris Bosh, the fact of the matter is he wouldn't have gotten the same respect, at least to me. The respect wouldn't have been the same if Melo went to play with LeBron and D Wade as a third fiddle. Let's be honest, Melo is not a sidekick. I mean, he can be, but to me, Melo is a tier one player. He is. I don't care what anybody says. Carmelo Anthony is a tier one player as far as he's a superstar. So if Melo went to Miami to team up, I would not have looked at Carmelo the same. And I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't have either. And I wouldn't have liked him the same. Carmelo is one of my favorite players, period. And that wouldn't have been the case if he went to Miami. It wouldn't. So in a sense, I'm glad he didn't go to Miami, even though that meant no rings for him, no championships. If they want to say a legacy defining moment, it's whatever. I'm glad he went to New York, honestly. We had parity in the NBA. In the East, you had the Pacers, you had the Knicks for a little minute, just a little stint of blink, but you had the Knicks. You had the Knicks, the Heat, and that was good. For basketball, that was good. I'm saying all that to say this. Every time somebody goes to play with LeBron, they have to make a sacrifice. Why do every player that plays with LeBron have to make a sacrifice? In order for me to play with LeBron, I need to make a sacrifice, take a pay cut, take a lesser role. I got to make all these sacrifices so LeBron could win championships and build his legacy. Because at the end of the day, who gets all the credit or 99% of the credit? LeBron James. It doesn't matter who it is. Anybody who plays with LeBron, when it's all said and done, LeBron gets all the credit. So if you sacrifice your career to go help LeBron win championships, he's going to get all the credit. So he built his legacy, and you're considered another role player, another side piece, and that's how it always been. Every time somebody goes and play with LeBron James. So let's talk about Brandon Haywood rejecting taking a pay cut to play with LeBron James. Funny enough, he won a championship with the Mavericks with Dirk Nowitzki. LeBron tried to recruit him and wanted him to take a pay cut. So during LeBron James' first stint in Cleveland, he tried to recruit Brandon Haywood to come play with him on the Cavaliers and take a lesser role, take a pay cut, and Haywood wasn't for it. So this is what Haywood had to say. When I was in Dallas, LeBron was thinking about going to Miami. Before he went to the Heat, he was recruiting guys to come to Cleveland. I get a text from a number that I didn't know. It's LeBron. He says, "What's up? This is King James." It was a little weird he called himself King James, but I kept going. He told me he was trying to get guys to come to the Cavs. He said he knew that they could not give me what I was going to get in the market, but he wanted to know if I would be willing to take a pay cut to be a part of something special. I wouldn't have taken a pay cut to play with the 92 Bulls, buddy. You're making 100 million off the court. This is my last hurrah. I hadn't made enough money in my career to take a pay cut and chase a championship. I played so many playoff series against him that I saw him as another player. If you play in the league, you look at guys a little differently. He was younger than I was. I looked at him like he was anybody else. The crazy part about that whole situation, Hayward won a championship with the Mavs, but as you can see from this encounter, LeBron James wanted the man to take a pay cut to come play with him. Basically, sacrifice to come play with me to help me build my legacy, basically. And this is always the case. Anybody who plays with LeBron, you have to make multiple sacrifices. You got to sacrifice money. You got to sacrifice role. You got to sacrifice minutes, how long you play, how much minutes you get, how big your role is going to be. You got to make so many sacrifices to play with LeBron James, and he doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to take a pay cut. Of course, he's not going to sacrifice minutes. So you got to do all this sacrificing to play with LeBron James. And when it doesn't pan out, which half the time it don't, you get traded somewhere else because he always trade you. One thing about LeBron James, if he realizes that you can't help him win, you're out of here. Simple as that. LeBron James is like that. Once he realizes, oh, this guy can't really help me win a championship or he can't help me in what I'm trying to do, you're moved immediately. Bye-bye. So this is why I don't understand why people are always trying to play with LeBron, or he's always trying to recruit players to come and join him to help his legacy and help him win. Because in the end, like I said again, it's only going to help his legacy, build him up, and you're seen as another role player. You could have been a good star on another team. You could have been a solid star on another team. You go play with LeBron, you're relegated to a role player. You're just another sidekick to help LeBron on his journey to win rings. And this is how it's always been. And this is why I said I'm happy Carmelo didn't go to Miami. I don't care if he doesn't have the rings, the hardware, so-called, it's fine. It's okay. Part of why I like Melo so much is the fact that he was in New York on his own trying to get it. He was trying to get it, and he wasn't trying to team up. And people never really think about it. Maybe Carmelo didn't want to join LeBron and Wade to create a super team. Maybe deep down inside, he wanted to get it on his own. And how could you not respect that? But in today's NBA, that's not respectable. The guy who want to get it on his own, through the mud, go through the grind, you're not respected. The players who are respected are people like LeBron, KD, who form super teams basically. If you form super teams or go to a stack team and win a ring, you get more respect than the player who is going through the grind on his own trying to win. And I don't understand how that makes sense. You're praised for stacking the deck in a sense. If you stack the deck and win rings, you're praised. If you try to go through the grind, you're crucified, chastised, they talk down on you, you underachieve, and that's crazy. But like I said, this is how it's always been. LeBron James have been doing this forever. Recruiting players, they got to take pay cuts, lesser roles, lose money and all this to help LeBron. When have LeBron ever taken a pay cut to help anybody or help his team win? When? Name that one time. This is how crazy it is. Even when LeBron went to Miami, Dwayne Wade took a pay cut for multiple years. Wade kept taking pay cuts so they could win rings, basically. So Wade sacrificed and took pay cuts after pay cuts so they could win rings. Imagine that. And he was the finals MVP. He already had a championship, and he still was taking pay cuts so they could win rings. Which this shows you, when you play with LeBron, everybody around him has to sacrifice. Do LeBron sacrifice his money so the team could get better? Hell no. When have LeBron ever sacrificed pay cut? When have LeBron ever took a pay cut to help his team get better to win rings? Never. LeBron don't take pay cut. But when it comes to other people, if you don't take pay cut or sacrifice, the media is going to criticize you. There's always an exception. What LeBron can do, no one else could do. And that's just how it is, man. But this is just how it is. Everybody who plays with LeBron in the end comes up short. Everyone who plays with LeBron has to sacrifice. Everybody. You got to sacrifice to help this man win. And that's crazy. You have to sacrifice for LeBron to be successful. When it don't pan out or it doesn't go well, guess what? You lose money. You take a hit on your NBA career. Your reputation gets jacked up. A lot of things happen to you. Look at Montrezl Harrell. Look at Russell Westbrook. This is an example of playing with LeBron James. But somehow people still take their butt over there to play with LeBron James. Knowing when it goes bad or it goes left, you're going to be scapegoated or you're going to lose money or something is going to happen to you. This is a fact every time. But yeah, man, I just wanted to touch on that real quick. Comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. And as always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.